Fresh Start Budgeting. Today I am doing a confession of sorts. Not the regular kind of debt confession, but more a spending confession. Over the course of the time that I've started doing videos, I've been very aware, having tracked spending now for a few months, that my grocery budget is an area that I am able to really make some progressive changes to and be able to monitor and handle my spending better. And so I just want to put it out there in terms of what I've been noticing and what I'm trying to do. And if there's others that are working with their food budget and you want to journey along with me, please do. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just reveal out what my budget has been over the course of the past few months. So since March, I could go back further, but I think you're going to notice pretty quickly where the problem areas are. So I don't think I need to go back that far, but this is going to be my food budget reveal. So we're going to call this the food budget overhaul. And I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. So I'm curious, kind of, as you've been going about this journey, what is like one area that's really surprised you about your spending? This has been probably the most shocking to me. I know I've talked about, some other spending habits that I've noticed, but I feel like this is the best one to start trying to tackle because I feel like I've got the most control over it. So I'm going to start with the worst month, which was March. This is when I have gone back further, but this is like what I consider the starting point for when I really wanted to take over. And the total is $1,976 was spent on food, whether that was groceries, takeout, restaurants, delivery. $1,976, and that horrifies me. It really does. Then in April, we spent $1,643. Again, I don't know what to say. In May, we went back to $1,869. And then in June is when I felt like I was much more conscious, having looked at these, about particularly the ordering delivery. Over COVID times and things like that, we used delivery quite a lot and it became a habit. And then when I went back to the office, I found I didn't want to be cooking as much. I didn't want those things. So he then came back. And so in June, we did $1,419. So my first goal is to reduce this amount for food, groceries, restaurants. I've included like any kind of coffee or any like going to a coffee shop, anything like that is all included in this. A delivery, reduce it to $1,000 a month. So that's where I'm really trying to get to for July. So this is the first goal. And so first part of the month now is complete, and so I'm able to kind of show what I've done there. But so I just look back at kind of this whole period, and if I was able to do under $1,000 a month for this whole period, the difference here would have been pretty significant. I'm just going to add this up. Yes, my battery's still low. It's 1,976 plus, whoops, 1643 plus 1869 plus 1419 is 6,900. Oh my gosh. To me, this is almost worse than what I feel like my debt confession is going to be. In that 4 months, it was $6,907. If we had done $1,000 a month, that's $2,907 that would have been available for something else. That's shocking. Like, shocking. Wow. Okay. So that's where I'm starting. That's what my first goal is. I'm really looking forward to getting below that goal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very transparent here. I'm going to share what I've spent so far in July. Okay, so to get a really good idea about how I'm doing with the July budget so far, I've broken out what the first period what I've been spending so far for food, and that includes groceries, any kind of eating out, any kind of deliveries, things like that. I realized I did start this and then realized I messed up. I pulled out a bill that was actually from June month and thought it was July, so I'm starting the totals again here, so that's why it's a bit of a mess. But I found that Superstore for me is kind of like the cheapest place to be doing grocery shopping, but I can only go there once every couple weeks because I do not have a vehicle to be able to go often. But I did spend $236.36 there. And then at Co-op, this was just kind of to be able to pick up some things that I had missed. I spent $101.02. And then something that I hadn't included before was actually my local farmers market. We purchased, we get this beautiful array of mushrooms, different varieties of mushrooms, that I get a huge, almost a kilogram worth, and it's about $20. And we also did get some Rainier cherries, which are quite expensive, but definitely worth it. So we spent a total of $37 there, and I didn't include that in my totals right now. But so if we take this is how much we've spent. The first part of June, we spent $236.36, $101.02, $37, and then we also did go and get drinks at a local pub for $42. So we spent a total of $416.38 is how much we've spent so far. So I realize I need to add the 37 to the produce here, but this is the breakdown then of some different things that we've bought. I've actually mostly gone, and it's not going to look like it through here, but I've mostly gone plant-based for health reasons mostly, but it's also easier on the budget. But I do still provide meat to my family, so that's what you're seeing here. So we did do some different things like a fire cookout and thing where we used different sausages. I made a jambalaya, which I used a sausage for. I made a seafood boil, which was where we use the seafood here, and then I made a biryani with the chicken. So that's kind of what that is. Bread seems to be getting more expensive, so that's kind of a breakdown of there. Drinks, you can see we spend a lot on drinks, and so this includes and probably is more expensive with coffee creamers. We did used to go and get coffee every day. My partner is quite a coffee drinker. We've now do that completely at home, but we do buy creamers, and I feel like that's a good exchange for not going and buying Starbucks or Tim Hortons and those kinds of things. But that does increase our costs. And then I do drink myself. I drink exclusively any kind of carbonated water, but you can see where that's expensive in there. And then there's Cokes as well for my partner and my children. I don't spend a ton on dairy. Again, I have gone pretty plant-based. This is a breakdown of some of the different things I was able to buy for produce. This was the best price I've seen for a watermelon. Watermelons now are about $8.99 here. It's pretty ridiculous. Okay, and then here's my snack list. I did spend quite a bit on sauces. Thinking about some things like just trying to use what's in our pantry in terms of pastas, rices, things like that. Sauces definitely help with that, and then some frozen items. So if you add up all these, it doesn't total this amount. I just wanted to get a general sense, so I know that I'm missing some things from the bill, and I'm going to do better in the next ones. But I wanted to get a general sense of kind of, if I divided things up, where was money going? And I'm actually surprised about how much has gone to meat, because I have really reduced down. I did used to cook meat daily, and that's not a thing for me anymore. So some of the things that I made over this period was, I did make a seafood boil, which I had purchased crab legs and shrimp, which was that two here. I think we did pretty good for being able to make a seafood boil for Canada Day. And we were able to use kind of the leftovers in a variety of different meals. So that was I really enjoyed that. Made a jambalaya, which I'm gonna ruin the spelling of this. Okay, so I had gotten a jambalaya rice mix as just kind of a starter there, which really helped. Added in sausage, some of the seafood that had been left from the boil, and that was really delicious. I did make a number of different kind of pasta salads, spaghetti, things like that. I did make a ramen, and I'm hoping I'll be able to just put in some pictures of some of the different things that we did make. The mushrooms that I get from the farmer's market are amazing. I get, again, it's about 1 kilogram bag, and a variety of different mushrooms, lion's mane, blue oysters, all different kinds, and make really great meals out of it. It makes me not miss the meat quite at all, to be honest. So that was really great. And then we had some just, basic tuna sandwiches, as well as what we had done with the different sausages. We did have a backyard fire, and just fired up some sausages, things like that. So all these different things, and I still do have a number of items left. But this is interesting to kind of see how things are broken down, and then to see, the total of what we've spent. Knowing where I've come from, I think this is a good start to the month, and I'm going to keep doing this series, just really closely following what the food budget or the spending is, and how we can cut that down, because there's all kinds of different things I can be doing with this money besides eating it. Let's be honest. And I want to get back to, doing things at home. They don't have to be really extravagant. They can be quite simple, but use up the items that we have, and not be doing orders and deliveries and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, that's the end of that, and I hope that you'll join me on this. If you're doing something similar, I would love to see it. I would love to see how different people are managing their food costs. And isn't it ironic that I'm doing it now when food prices are just skyrocketing? I would love to have seen what I could have done, a few months ago, but I'm happy that I'm doing this now so that I can get ahead of the changes that are coming. Thanks for coming along for this, and I hope you'll join me next time.